Hey people, what's going on? I'm back already on Monday the 18th. And the reason being is that I'm still in recovery. And so when I made my video this morning, I was able to last for a little while and then I had to go back to bed. It's moving through in waves. I heard from some other people who have experienced this very same cold with the hacking cough. So I appreciate knowing what's going on. I figured that's what's going on. And just like the cataclysmic weather, colds and other things are maybe a little bit more exaggerated these days for a number of reasons. So I don't feel good enough to do anything else, to go anywhere, or to really do anything. So I thought I'd just get back on here and continue some polls and talk. I do enjoy this, folks. I do, and it, in a lot of ways, I suppose if I were a lonely person, this wouldn't be so much fun. But I have a lot of people in my life. I'm not lonely. I'm not. Got a lot of love in my life. So this is fun to do. And along those lines, I was just playing this CAC album I was telling you about, and I just looked it up to see. Turns out I do have, this is not a bootleg. Mine is an official reissue by Epic, which is nice to find out. I have bootlegs, but I'm not into them. I'm not into bootlegs. I was quite unhappy many years ago when my first album, Nice, came out. It was a strange compliment, but I found it bootlegged in Russia. But I pursued it. It's like, wait a minute, this isn't right. I didn't release this in Russia. I didn't give you permission to sell these tunes on your website. I got that one taken down. Yeah, that's all I played, and I didn't put the others back. So yeah, it's just moving through me. You like to get those hot flashes, when your temperature rises and goes back down. Those are the thing I'm most happy about is how the low-level headache is pretty much gone. I just hate that feeling. Ugh. So let me go back over here near Prince and see what else is in this area that is not Prince. What can I pull? What can I pull? This isn't covered. Okay, I'm gonna pull these. Something's not covered. Oh, okay, that's why. Wildlife. This is a single by Propaganda, a German band. Nothing compared to this. Their debut album, A Secret Wish, Propaganda. This is fantastic. This has great memories for me because when I toured Europe with Sun Ambulance, our tour manager, Ali, fantastic guy who, since I was with him, has become wheelchair ridden. He's a basketball player. And we just hit it off so well that we roomed almost all the time on the European tour. I would prefer to room with the road manager rather than the rest of the band. We just vibed. He had also worked for the Rolling Stones and Tina Turner in various roles. And also Cursive. Not a lot, but yes, Cursive, when they would go to Europe, he was their man. So this brings back memories because in the van traveling, this was Ali and my's favorite to listen to on the Autobahn. A Secret Wish. Perfect for driving music. Love this album. Love it. And Claudia Brucken. I like her voice. I see she's got something new going on. So I went ahead and kept following Propaganda because I thought they were good. And this is called 1, 2, 3, 4, Claudia Brücken is no longer in the band. And unfortunately, I think she was a very important factor. This is cool, but it's nothing compared to that first album. And I have one single from the first album, P Machinery. Love this sound. I really do. Okay, so that's Prince, Propaganda, right? Okay. The other way I can tell that I'm still in recovery is the coffee, even though I brewed it well this morning. It's not really going down well. So I just, just have to wait till I'm okay, for things to be right. Okay, so we got some Sunny Chirac over here. What else could happen if I go down here on the lower shelf? What did I grab? Oh, I got this recently. Been after this album for a long time. It's not an original. The originals are, again, crazy priced. Mike Stevens' Outlander. Singer-songwriter, but this album gets into some it's kind of hard to well, I'd have to play it to refresh myself. But it's like on side 2, it gets heavy. And I'm just noticing here, among other people, Dennis Elliott of Foreigner played drums on this. Obviously before it was in Foreigner. I'm glad I pulled this. It's like, this is new to my collection. So I'm going to listen to this. Refresh myself. Found this at Grapefruit when I thought I had gone through the store pretty good. And this was in a section that I hadn't looked at before. And I was like, what? Okay. Let's go back over here again. Over this way. What do we have? The Spacious Mind. Sleeping Eyes and Butterflies. This is space rock. I've been tempted to sell this, and I just last time I played it, it was just good enough to keep. But it's it kind of meanders a little bit. Just, in my opinion, could have been a whole lot better. It just kind of wanders. It's Gates of Dawn, same label that put out some cool Porcupine Tree stuff. So that's the other fun part about these pulls right now is shit. There's more stuff to listen to that isn't that what it's like for some of y'all when you are in a listening mood, or you decide you're going to play records or CDs, and you go and you scan your titles. Some stuff, it just doesn't look good to you, even though you keep it. And so this is a great way to, well, I don't know the last time I played it or if I would again. So now it's out to be played. So just, riding those waves of the fever kind of wearing off. I took a shower. As you see, I have a different, changed clothes and stuff. And that helped too. It did. I'm going to keep going. Up here. Oh, I've shown that. Okay, so that you've seen that before. That's bound to happen sometimes. That's Tower of Power. Okay, let's go above here. Okay. Art Tatum. Live sessions, 1941. I don't think I'm misspeaking, but I don't think that we've ever had a phenomenon on the piano since like Art Tatum. His technique, he was partially blind, or was he totally blind? But, he really couldn't see worth a shit. And his technique, as well as his musicality, it wasn't just technique, but he used technique to draw shapes and colors out of music that, there would be no way to do it if you couldn't play that way. Oscar Peterson was similar in his skill. And of all people, Dick Hyman, the guy that's known mainly for synthesizer stuff. Have you heard Dick Hyman's early jazz stuff? He could get close to Art Tatum with his playing, with his proficiency. This is beautiful stuff. And when I listen to stuff like this, very obviously, among other things, it brings up memories and thoughts of my family and my past, my parents, my grandparents, my uncles, all those people. Because this music is really like a movie. It captures Art Tatum. I got more Tatum. That's the other thing. When I pull records and you see one, generally speaking, if it's a decent artist that I like, I don't just have the one record I showed you. And in my early videos, which people are still watching and commenting on, Gentle Giant is really popular. I have all their albums. I have them all. Okay, let's go right here. What? Is this something we haven't seen? Hawkwind. Just the other day I was playing some Hawkwind, actually, some alternate cuts. This is a Best of the United Artists years. I think this was a Record Store Day pickup, but I think I picked it up after the fact when it got marked down. I love Hawkwind. Saw them with Lemmy when Lemmy was still in the band on the Space Ritual tour. The opening band was Rausch, Andy Dunkley. The British DJ was played records in between Rausch and Hawkwind. And this was Unforgettable because he played Gomorrah by Can off of Unlimited Edition. I hadn't heard it yet. So that was a blow-away to hear something brand new by Can at the Hawkwind Rush show. And I think there was one person with me who I could share my glee with, but mostly it was just, what's this? Hawkwind. Now here's something that was sent to me by a label. Low Bit Landscapes is still, they really, I haven't really tried to find their website. There's a website listed here. But this is a 12-inch single, Nathan Jonson, In the End and Softly. That cover kind of fits it. It's electronic and kind of low key. Like not a lot happens. But it's, I think the right nice is a good descriptive term. It's nice. So really, this is kind of what I'll do when I'm done with the video, is play these records. Or some of them anyway. I'm going to keep going for the time being, okay? Yeah, I got to pace myself. Probably after I do this, I'll end up going back to bed for a while. But it's moving through. Thank goodness. Okay. Down here. Okay, these are being difficult. What did I get? Steve Reich, Tehillim. Tehillim? Best known for his work, music for 18 musicians, and It's Gonna Rain. I have both. Brilliant composer, and his work with multiple... See, he's in the same kind of field of like Philip Glass in a way, where things are very percussive and overlapping and shifting. And it's just fantastic music. It really is. Steve Reich. Tehillim. That's a nice stack of records down there. That's pretty cool. That's kind of fun too, to just like, ooh, look at these records. This is some cool shit. Come on. What is this? What is it? Why you don't want to come out? Okay, so here's a soft jazz album that I keep because of one song. This is Michael Pedicin Jr. City Song. I mean, look at the cover. You can see who it is, what the demographic is for this music. Okay? This is soft jazz for city life. And most of the album is really fluff. It's good playing, but it's unlike propaganda, which is really stimulating to drive by. This is just music to be to play in the car in the background. However, there is one track on here, and I first saw it in its video on VH1 years ago when this came out. 87, yeah, that was a neat year. 87, 88 were interesting years for me, musically. And I'm not catching the title of the track because I've forgotten. But it's the one that I keep it for. And the last time I played it, it still worked. It was still like, oh, this is the standout. And the playing is good, and the writing is good. It's a good tune. So that's a keeper. But that's unusual. I don't have soft jazz, as it were. Not really. Now back here, you can see this is Peter Gabriel here, moving into the G's, Genesis, Gentle Giant and stuff. What is here though, right quick? Excuse me. Okay, so here's something, excuse me, in the G's, after Gabriel heading towards Genesis. Garybaldi, Astrolabio. The guitar player here, what's his name? Bambi Possati. If I understand correctly, he's was a name in Italy, known for his wild guitar playing, and he is good. I love this cover too. You can't really see it well. And their other one, Nuda. You seen that one? Love that cover. This is some wild shit. It's really good. It's psychedelic and it's hard rock combined. And the playing is on a level that it's like, Well, a lot of people just obviously have not heard this guy play, because this is like, wow. This is the dope shit. It is. I'm going to grab Nuda, because that's a beautiful cover. And I'm going to grab this one too, okay? So these are reissues because the originals are extremely expensive. And back in the day, when I was finding out about this stuff, when it was happening, I was financially poor. And being here in Omaha, really didn't have access to this. Very little of this music made it to Omaha back when it came out. So this is their album, Nude. Wonderful. It's a great album, but it's also a very cool cover. Taking barely. Garybaldi. Nuda. And then it goes on to illustrate the story on the inside. And this is great. It's, again, the right word is this is rock and roll. High, with a lot of energy and good playing. Garybaldi. I'm going to go just a little bit longer here because I feel that rising ache
which tells me, okay, you need to go lay down or just be quiet and continue to let this shit pass through. I thought I grabbed this too because it was right after the Garybaldi is gas. Love this stuff. Ambient, droning, repetitious, like the picture. This is their album Rausch. I'd like to have more. Actually, I'd like to get more of their stuff. It's fantastic, though. It's not boring. It's captivating. It just goes on and it just sucks you in. Really good stuff. Gas. It's one person, I think, does this music calling himself Gas. And this is a good label, Compact. Good label, Compact. There's some records for you, people. Okay. Just like I'm trying to get well, I want to encourage you folks to take care of yourselves. Last thing I want to say is I just cannot bear the news, and yet I have to peek at it, you know. And I think it's just really bizarre to me that one lone, rich billionaire, multi-billionaire, Putin, who is full of shit, literally has the world in a quandary because of him. He's not the only one, but his bullshit, because he has the means to pull off what he wants to do militarily with his money, very dangerous. It's very disheartening. And it does look like it's not going to end well. It's not going to end. Excuse me. I have to say these things. They're on my mind. I'd rather do that than keep distracting you with fiery thoughts. Yeah, I'm sending out a wake-up call to everybody, including me. There's more that we can all do, and we're not doing it. But enjoy your life.